We have all experienced a gut feeling. For decades, science assumed that sensation was driven by a slow drip of digestive hormones. The reality is much faster, a high-speed electrical pulse. Once every 20 seconds, your stomach pulses with an electrical rhythm called a gastric wave. This is the baseline pacemaker that guides digestion. Your brain pulses with its own constant electrical waves. Intuitively, we assume that a healthy mind-body connection means these two rhythms beat in perfect synchronized harmony. A groundbreaking study out of Aarhus University revealed the exact opposite. If your brain waves and your stomach waves are perfectly in sync, you have a highly elevated risk of suffering from severe psychological distress. Why does an overly strong, perfectly synchronized connection between your stomach and your brain ruin your mental health? The answer starts with the hardware that makes this connection possible. Embedded in the lining of your colon are specialized sensory cells known as neuropods. This diagram illustrates how a neuropod acts as a literal sensor. Down at the bottom, it detects bacterial chemical signals. Unlike standard endocrine cells that release hormones into the bloodstream, the neuropod creates a physical connection, linking to the vagus nerve straight to the brain. When stimulated, the neuropod fires an excitatory electrical signal straight into the brainstem in mere milliseconds. Because of this direct physical wiring, the gut operates as a true sensory organ, engaged in a constant, high-speed electrical dialogue with your central nervous system. To map out that dialogue, researchers placed 199 people in MRI machines, scanning their brains and their stomachs simultaneously. The data showed a distinct anomaly. In highly stressed individuals, the parts of the brain responsible for attention and self-reflection physically locked onto the stomach's 20-second rhythm. Scientists call this locked-in synchronization coupling. The brain becomes entirely attuned to the body's digestive signals. The higher the degree of coupling recorded in the scanner, the higher the individual scored on clinical questionnaires for anxiety, depression, and chronic stress. This stomach-brain signature proves that mind-body harmony is not always healthy. When these two organs fall into perfect step, the nervous system is buckling under immense strain. Anxiety is often treated as an abstract mental state. The data from these scans defines it as a state of physical hyper-awareness, triggered when the brain tracks the gut too closely. Caught in this coupling loop, the brain receives far too much feedback. It misinterprets ordinary bodily functions, like a normal digestive flutter or churn, as immediate, active threats. Participants who reported excellent mental health exhibited what researchers call weaker toppling. Their brains maintained a flexible distance from their stomach waves. True mental well-being means the brain knows how to ignore the body's baseline noise. Treating depression and anxiety as measurable physical loops changes how we approach psychiatric care entirely. Looking at this biohybrid interface schematic, researchers can track electrical inputs of gut bacteria. Future treatments will aim to uncouple brain and stomach waves using specific dietary changes, probiotics, or bioelectrical therapies. Instead of talk therapy, doctors will manipulate the gut's electrical environment to force the brain to relax. To calm an anxious mind, we must first learn how to sever the connection, stopping the brain from listening quite so closely to the stomach.